Hi, I'm Susan, the mother of Token of Me, and I'm broadcasting here from my mother's bedroom in Mexico. If you hear any snoring, that's her. She's here beside me, and just wanted to reach out to everyone who's been waiting with bated breath to hear how did it go. I flew to Los Angeles recently, and I was on an exciting show. I can't tell the name yet until it airs in a few months. But it has a following or a viewership of currently 5 million, and they expect this episode to reach 25 million people around the world. So it's coming out, and it was a huge success. It's a show, it's like Shark Tank, but it's not. It's got more heart and soul. But as an entrepreneur, I get to pitch, and they're looking for the next unicorn, which is a company that's expected to be $1 billion within 5 years. And I'm very happy to announce that our valuation on the show was about $500 million. And we succeeded in getting a majority of the judges to say yes. And I signed a contract. If the producers want, they can buy 5% of the company for about $30 million US. And the viewers who watch the episode will have the opportunity to invest up to $5 million. So it was a success. I have no doubt all of this will come to fruition with the majority votes being a yes, and the audience was the surprise. They were very animated, even more so than the producers are used to. So they, for the first time ever, asked the audience, what do you think? And it was a majority yes, and many people stood up, and there's lots of feedback from the audience, and many found me on Instagram and have been just really in love with it, have applied, and have asked what's next. So this video is for all of you, including our pilots, hundreds of you who have already boarded the mothership. And I just wanted to share with you the highlights so you don't have to wait for 2 months when it comes out live. And so it was a huge success. I was very, very satisfied with the whole event. We also have a very famous venture capitalist who will be providing a testimonial. I don't really want to say his name yet either, and probably a few corporate partnerships are coming on the heels of this. Hopefully On Running Shoes and Roger Federer and others who would really like to follow in the steps of STEPN, the company that recently became a unicorn with rewarding walkers and runners for their steps. Well, we're going to do the same thing for On Running Shoes, only we're going to reward you for your self-improvement, for runner's high, when your exercise really does improve your well-being. So we're excited. We have some trade secrets to share with On Running Shoes as to how those shoes could actually help their customers improve faster and get into flow states longer. So it's exciting. This is really going to pull together a lot of our partnerships that we're looking for. And I am looking to use this to actually build on it for our follow-on round with some of the investors behind STEPN. So all of this is just going to unfold. Right now, my team is really, really focused on releasing the first hardware and software prototypes to our early pilots who have applied and have been approved to fly with us. So what I want to tell you is some of the highlights of what happened on this show, and some of the questions that came up that really inspired me to deliver an even better product, which was the surprise for me. But before I do that, I just want to summarize like the the most pivotal, I guess, outcome was it felt like the heart won. Those who voted yes were very, very inspired and said so, and thought it was the most inspiring, the most authentic, and they just couldn't say no. They were just, their hearts were overflowing. And the no's were very clear that they don't trust their heart and they go with their head. And what I want all of you to understand is that being in a flow state, and that's what the Soul Compass measures. It measures everything: your heart, your skin coherency and resistivity and conductivity and your mental resonance. It's not head versus heart, it's both. But we focus on the heart because when you're incoherent with your true self, your mind and your heart are in balance and really receiving these high harmonics of truth. So it's just that we don't choose one over the other. We want both of them. And we have our very special way of being able to figure that out. And that's really the secret inside Token of Me, is how do we deduct that, right? How do we measure and reward that? So anyway, it just was really illuminating that if you're not full, if you're not heart-centered, you almost can't vote or buy in or even appreciate Token of Me. And so it has this way of automatically filtering the ones who are in versus the ones that are out. And I thought that was just perfect because I really only want investors who resonate with our values. And so that's what we got. The other really, really valuable takeaway that I wanted to talk about, and that actually inspired me to create this video, were the hard questions about customers who are really suffering and in a lot of pain and not feeling well. People who are suffering from depression and mental illness. What about them, they asked me, will they feel left out? And how can they play and also feel better? And I've thought about that a lot. And one of the judges was very candid and vulnerable in sharing that his family suffers from mental illness. And so it inspired me to be more open as well about myself and my family and my loved ones. Because I don't think there's a family on the planet who hasn't suffered from either short-term mental illness or depression or just, challenges that really bring us down. It's the contrast in life that actually creates those greater asks, the stronger burning desire for the opposite. And we know that at Token of Me. And so we already are measuring your trending, and you're not being compared with anybody else, and certainly not the superheroes. We already help everyone improve. And you could be at the low end of the emotional spectrum and improve yourself and be rewarded. So we knew that, but I wanted to take a moment here to be more articulate because I spoke with our development team already, and we've already improved our product to reach more people who might not feel like they're ready for this. We can measure the most depressed person just getting out of bed, and that being a strong move in a positive direction for their well-being and their self-improvement. And that's Mom. that will be rewarded because there's value in everyone taking steps to improve themselves. You don't have to be in flow in order to be of value. And so I wanted to reach out to everyone who watches this episode and listens carefully to these questions and has now an even better understanding of how we can measure human improvement. And you can be, at the bottom of the barrel and still win and still be rewarded for your improvement, because you're only being measured against yourself and you are the baseline. And if you just simply move in the direction that increases your well-being, there's a reward, there's a token for you. So that's what I wanted to share, and also really be even more open about what inspired Token of Me. It wasn't just Roger Federer in his highest state of worthiness that inspired Token of Me. It was true love. It was my own life experiences in my marriage and with my family, and our struggles with feeling balanced and having a reason for living. And I grew up with my mother, who was mentally ill most of her life. And so my siblings and I, we all suffered figuring it out, how to overcome life's challenges with our own families' struggles. And even one of my siblings is really fighting for his life with depression and has for years. And my own marriage was ended from challenges with depression and mental illness. So it really hit home. It touched a soft spot when I was asked these questions. And I just wanted to take a moment to be more authentic and let you all know that we're not all about just the peak performance and flow with the superheroes. We believe there's a superhero in everyone. And for many people, just taking steps in a direction to feel better can mean the difference between life and death. And we want to reward that, and we're going to. So thank you, everyone who has helped me be a better person and find the blessings in disguise, because there was a lot of heartbreak that came in the making of Token of Me, and a lot of heart filling. And I've discovered that they both go together hand in hand. And if you can unionize those opposites, that's the sweet spot. Turning things around and really just trusting yourself and looking at life from a different perspective, giving people the benefit of the doubt, loving them anyway. And because, someone who's not feeling good, there's a saying, hurt people hurt. People become bullies. They take revenge. They get jealous and envious, and they may really not like you feeling at your best. And I've had to work through that. And it's made me more humble. And it's really helped bring Token of Me to the world. So you can be sure that Token of Me is for everyone. And when the tide rises, all the boats float. So thank you, and I'll see you when the treasure hunt starts and the games begin.